Standing Sun Productions presents Your Cat is a Serial Killer.
Dr. Johnson?
Yes?
Your next patient's ready in room 2.
Thank you, Sue. Let's see. New patient. Orange tabby, male. Bartholomew. That's cute. Hello there. I'm Dr. Gary Johnson.
Hi, I'm Harry Miller. And this is Bartholomew.
Well, hello, Bartholomew. You've got a great name. And friendly, too. So, what brings you two in today?
Well, he was out in the yard last night doing his usual thing. I was about to call him in. I heard him carrying on, like cats do. And then I heard someone yell at him. And there was a bang, and he yowled and came tearing back into the house. I think one of the neighbors threw something at him, and I just want to make sure he isn't hurt.
Oh, no, that's awful. Well, let's take a look and make sure he's all right. Hey there, friend. Let's check you out. Fur looks healthy. That's good. Eyes bright. Oh, what's this? It looks like he's missing a claw on his front left foot.
Yeah, he was missing that when I got him from the shelter. His owner had passed away, and the family couldn't take care of him, so they had to relinquish him. When I saw him, it was love at first sight.
I can definitely see why. He is beautiful. Well, apart from the claw, everything looks good. I'm not seeing any sign of bruising or that he was hit, so I think your neighbor missed and just spooked the little guy.
Oh, that's a relief.
Absolutely. Let me know if anything changes or if you have any questions or concerns, but it looks to me like Bartholomew is going to be just fine.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a great day. Bye, Bartholomew. That was the first time I met that cat, but it wasn't the last. About 6 months later, I saw that a new appointment for Bartholomew had been scheduled. What caught my attention, though, was that the listed owner's name was completely different. Hi there, I'm Dr. Johnson.
Hello. I'm Amelia.
Nice to meet you, Amelia. I understand you have a return visitor for me.
Yes. Kitty, come on out.
Well, hello again, friend. So, are you related to Harry?
Harry?
Harry Miller? He brought in Bartholomew about 6 months ago?
Oh, no. I didn't know him. We had a mutual friend.
Had?
Yeah. Harry passed away about a month ago. You know that bad boating accident out on the reservoir?
Oh, no. That was him?
Yeah, my friend offered to take care of the cat, but his apartment doesn't allow animals, so he passed him on to me.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, I mean, sorry about Harry, not that you have the cat now.
No worries. I don't mind cats. I just brought him in because I noticed he was missing some claws when I caught him scratching my couch, which now he's best friends with the spray bottle.
Oh. Well, I know he was missing a claw when I last saw him, but let's go ahead and take a look. Come here, friend. Can I look at your paw again? What do you know? He's missing another claw right next to the last one. What happened, little guy?
He's pretty talkative, huh?
Yes, he's definitely a talky tabby. I've never seen something like this happen before. Broken claws, sure, but it's like he's been declawed on just those toes. Do you have any idea how it could have happened? Was he in any fights or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I'd like to order some blood work and check him out for any kind of virus or infection, if that's all right.
Yeah. That'd be fine. How much is this gonna cost me?
The blood work came back normal. It didn't make any sense, but I couldn't find anything wrong with him that would cause him to lose individual claws like that. I asked Amelia to let me know if anything changed, but I never heard from her again. But it wasn't the last I'd see of Bartholomew. Good morning. I'm Dr. Bartholomew.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Bartholomew.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Johnson.
I know, I'm just kidding. Amy told me all about you.
Amy?
Sorry, she prefers Amelia, but I always call her Amy. Well, called her Amy.
I'm sorry, I'm a little lost.
Right, sorry. I'm Tony Straub. Amelia was my older sister. She brought you Bartholomew last fall to check out. He had a broken claw.
Ah, right, got it. I'm sorry, did something happen?
Yeah, she died a couple months ago.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry.
Thanks. She really loved this little guy, and after the accident, I saw his paw seem kind of messed up, so I figured I should get him checked out.
Sure thing, I'll take a look. Let's see what's going on with you this time. Let's see. What was the accident?
Well, like I said, Amy really loved this cat. It's funny because when she first got him, she wasn't too thrilled with him.
She did seem pretty distant about him when I saw her.
Yeah, but after about a month or so, she really became attached to him. They went everywhere together, and I mean everywhere. He slept in her bed, she took him to the store, would have taken him to work if it was allowed. He'd even go into the bathroom with her, which I always thought was pretty weird.
Yeah, cats can be funny like that.
Sure, but that's how she died.
What do you mean?
She was taking an Epsom salt bath after work. He was in the bathroom with her, like always, but for some reason she had plugged in her curling iron beforehand and left it on the counter next to the tub. You ever see those cat videos where there's always a clip of one knocking stuff off a table?
Oh no.
Yeah. By the time we heard him freaking out and tearing around the room, it was too late.
Oh, that's just awful. I am so sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not like he did it on purpose. It's just a cat being a cat. It's just too bad the one time she decides to curl her hair for a change that this happens. But since Bartholomew's the best thing I've got to remember my sister by, I want to make sure he's taken care of.
Absolutely. You said there's something wrong with his paw?
Yeah, it looks like he's missing another claw.
Let's see. Yeah, sure enough. He's down to just one claw and his dew claw.
Could he have lost it when he was tearing around the bathroom?
I mean, I suppose it could be possible, but without knowing the exact cause of how he lost the others, it's really hard to say. I'd be happy to run some more tests and see if we can figure out what's going on. I'm definitely getting worried that there's some underlying issue we're missing that's causing this.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
I ran every test and panel I could think of. I spent more than a week scouring every obscure veterinarian journal and study I could find. But I couldn't find anything medical that would explain the complete loss of an individual claw with no apparent external trauma. And the fact that every time I saw this cat, his previous owner had died in a freak accident didn't sit well with me either. And when I read in the local news that Tony had been killed in an accident at a hot air balloon festival, I had a sinking feeling that I would be seeing Bartholomew again soon, and that he'd be missing his next claw. And I was right. The cat came back. But this time, it was Sue, one of my nurses, who brought him in.
Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Gary. How are you?
Can't complain. How about you?
I'm doing great. I actually just got a new cat from the shelter yesterday. Ta-da!
Whoa! Bartholomew?
Yes, it is. You know, my friend Becky works at the shelter, and she told me he'd been dropped off after Tony's accident. Now get this, they were having trouble finding a new home for him because people didn't like that he was missing so many claws on one foot. So, I said I'd look after him. You should.
Wait, is he missing another claw?
See for yourself.
That is, not gonna lie, kinda freaky.
Freaky? That's a little harsh. He's such a sweetheart, aren't you, baby? Yes.
Sorry, it's just so strange. Every time his owner dies, he loses a claw. It almost makes me wonder.
What? Do you think the cat's a serial killer or something? He takes out a claw to tally his victims?
No, of course not.
I didn't want to admit it, but the idea had actually crossed my mind. Hearing it spoken out loud made me realize how ridiculous it was. But what if it wasn't ridiculous? What if that really was what was happening? If I'd been able to come up with any other plausible explanation for the missing claws, then maybe it wouldn't have spooked me so much. But I didn't have an explanation. And that made me very worried about Sue. I tried to talk her out of volunteering for the shelter's big adoption expo on the west side a few weeks later. I tried to talk her out of taking that cat. I really did. But the more excuses I tried to make, the crazier I sounded. And I could tell by the way she was looking at me when she insisted she would be fine, that she was worrying about my sanity. But I didn't care, because I was too busy noticing how the cat was looking at me. He was nestled in Sue's lap, just like on the first day she brought him in. As she scratched him behind his ears, telling me everything was going to be fine and that she'd be back next week, Bartholomew never took his eyes off me. They were narrow, not in that half blink that cats do when they're content, but like he was studying me, considering me. I've been a vet for a long time, and I've never seen an animal look at me like that before. In the end, there was nothing I could do. Sue left that weekend, carpooling on the shelter's bus with the other volunteers. According to the news, the train's brakes had failed, and the gates at the railroad crossing had some kind of glitch that kept them from coming down. The bus couldn't get off the tracks quickly enough. Everyone was pronounced dead at the scene. Not even the 7 other cats that were on board survived. But that cat was never found.
Dr. Johnson.
Did that cat kill my daughter?
I'm sorry?
Did that stupid cat kill Sue?
Marshall, what are you talking about?
Thought it was weird how much that thing stuck around her. It felt too close. It never let her out of its sight. Deep down, I think I always hated that thing.
Marshall, please, relax. It was a freak accident. You know there's no way the cat could have caused it.
Sue told me what you said, that you were
I never said that. She did, and she was joking. I don't really think...
It doesn't matter now. I swear, if I ever see that cat, I'm gonna kill it on the spot.
Not if I get to it first.
Months passed. We all grieved at the clinic, but we were busy enough that it helped the time pass. I finally got to a point where I wasn't thinking of that cat every moment of the day. And then, wouldn't you know it?
Hello, Mrs. Dolan. Good to see you again.
Hello, Dr. Johnson.
I understand you rescued a cat?
Yes. Oh, it was awful. I was walking Percy around the neighborhood when I heard this huge commotion up ahead. There was a man screaming terrible threats and waving a gun around.
Oh my gosh.
At first, I couldn't see who he was shouting at. But then I saw an orange tabby cat huddled into a frightened little ball against a fence across the street. The man was screaming at the cat, something about his daughter. It didn't make much sense. But then he started shooting at it. He missed, and the cat came running toward us. I screamed. Percy was barking. The man was yelling and shooting. The cat was screeching. Oh, it was awful.
I can imagine.
As the cat got closer to me, I was scared I was going to get shot. It all happened so fast. The man stepped into the street to chase after the cat just as an 18-wheeler came barreling down the road. I covered my eyes and didn't see the man get hit, but I heard it. Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here.
Thank you, Doctor. After I gave my statement to the police and started for home, I realized that the cat was curled up on the ground behind me. The poor thing was absolutely petrified. I couldn't just leave it there. I looked to see if it had a collar on, but I didn't see anything. So I thought I should bring it to you to see if it's been microchipped and make sure he's all right. Thankfully, he let me pick him up without any problems, so I was able to drop Percy off at my home and come here so you can take a look.
Of course. Go ahead and open the carrier and I'll take a look at him.
Here, kitty, kitty. It's all right. That's it.
Hello again, Bartholomew.
What was that? Dr. Johnson? Do you know him?
I do, actually. He's been here a few times.
Oh, good. So you know who he belongs to then?
Unfortunately, his owner passed away recently. He's been missing for a while now. I don't think he has a home anymore.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, perhaps you could check him out and make sure he's all right. If he needs somewhere to stay, I'd be happy to look after him.
No!
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. We've got plenty of room for him here. But let me check him out and see what kind of shape he's in.
Oh, of course.
Fur, matted. Tail, noticeable angle, possibly broken. Showing signs of malnutrition, probably from living outdoors. Heartbeat, irregular. Breathing, shallow. Let's check that foot. All 5 claws missing, now including the dew claw.
Is he okay?
Here, let's get him back in the carrier. I hate to say it, but I'm afraid he's not in very good shape.
Oh, really?
It looks like the loss of so many claws has led to infection that's been eating him up from the inside out. That, combined with living as a stray when he's used to being a house cat, it looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Oh, I see. Do you think...
I think it might be past time for him to be put down.
Oh, that's too bad. It's probably for the best. I wouldn't want him living in pain.
Yeah, I think this is best for everyone.
It went much smoother than expected. He didn't fight, he barely made a sound. But he never took his eyes off me. Even after the injection and he stopped breathing, Bartholomew never took his eyes off me. I had to have a nurse double-check his vitals to make sure he had indeed died, because his eyes remained wide open, staring and expressionless. I know it was wrong, against every professional and medical and moral code of ethics. Maybe he didn't do it on purpose. Maybe he was just cursed or something, but I didn't care. I still don't care. It was my opportunity to stop him killing, and I knew I would never get another one. Bartholomew is gone. It's been 2 years, and I can finally rest easy knowing that that cat is never coming back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Johnson. Who are we taking a look at today?
Well, my kids found this cat in the alley behind our house. Poor thing was looking pretty ragged.
All right, well, let's take a look at him.
Come on, little guy. It's all right.
No.
You've been listening to Your Cat is a Serial Killer, written and directed by Zack Lawrence. Inspired by The Cat Came Back by Harry S. Miller. Dedicated to the memory of Gary Larkin. Featuring the voices of Zack Lawrence as Dr. Gary Johnson, James Fagan as Harry Miller, Amber Churning as Amelia Straub, Logan McDonald as Tony Straub, Christina Petrarca as Sue, Brett Balfour as Marshall, Nancy O'Fallon as Mrs. Dolan, Game J. Shin as Bill, and Prince the Cat as Bartholomew. Executive producers, Gwende and Heather Keemley. Associate producers, Ken Lawrence and Doc Benson. Animal Wrangler, Ailey Lawrence. Special thanks to our Patreon supporters, Jeffrey Lee Hollis, Trisha Mann, and Eric Oberg. Additional thanks to Karasu and Skullson for their input during the original writing livestream. To become a patron and support the creation of more projects like this, visit patreon.com/Zack Lawrence. Thanks for listening.